Hello and welcome to Cooking with Kids. I'm Chef Lily, or Cuoca Lily, in Italian. This hat my mom bought me in Italy. Thank you to the girl behind the camera. So today we are going to be making cinnamon buns. They are the best. There's no words to describe them. They're so good. I may just have to give them a try. They're good. So the ingredients you'll need for making the cinnamon buns are a tablespoon of salt, half a cup of butter, 3 eggs, 4½ cups of flour, half a cup of water. You would like it to be warm because we are going to put our active dry yeast into, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. So our first step is to cut potatoes. You would like it to be around 1 pound, so it's about 4 potatoes. So we're going to cut these, and we're going to put them into 2 cups of water. The next step is we are going to add salt. So there is 1 tablespoon, and just pour it over. Now we are going to boil. So our potatoes are boiling right now. They're going to boil for about 15 to 18 minutes, and before you put them on, you stir them so the salt can mix in. But while that's boiling, we're going to be making the filling. So to make the filling, we're going to need 1 1/3 cups of brown sugar. So we'll just add it all. 2½ tablespoons of cinnamon. 3 tablespoons of flour. Now I'm going to mix that. I prefer to use a fork, but you can use like a spoon, you can use anything pretty much. So I have 9 tablespoons of butter. I will add that once this is pretty much mixed in. So yeah. So I have added my butter, and as you can see, it's pretty much mixed in. You know, make sure I get all that brown sugar mixed in. It should turn out to be like a darker color like this. And our potatoes are almost ready. So our potatoes will be done in like 30 seconds. So quickly, I've already added my yeast to my ½ cup of warm water. Now I'm just going to stir it a little bit. This is going to just set here and let it foam for just about 10 minutes. So now I'm going to check on my potatoes, see if they're ready. Looking good, eh? So just get these little mix. Yep. So I got my potatoes off the stove. Make sure that you don't drain the water. Now I will add my butter. So before I add my butter, I have to make sure that you mix my potatoes and get all that potatoes all mixed together. So now I have to make sure that before adding these eggs, that all the butter is mixed in. Next I'm going to add my 3 eggs. I've already cracked them. Add these in here, mix them up well. Okay, these are ready. So last step is I'm going to add 1 cup of flour. This 1 cup of flour comes from the 3½ cups. No, sorry, it's 4½. Sorry, my bad. So I'm going to mix this together, and by the time this is done, but make sure you have to let it sit till it's lukewarm, my yeast will be ready. So I've added my potato mixture to my yeast, as you can see. Now, a note about the yeast is that you have to add 2 tablespoons of sugar to your warm water and to your yeast. And the next step is I am going to slowly, gradually add 3 cups of flour to my mixture. So I have finished my dough. While I was making it, of course, I added the 3 cups of flour, and it was just a little sticky, so we added another ½ cup. It really depends on what kind of flour, not flour, what kind of potatoes you use, or how much. So it really just depends on that. So I have added half a cup onto my surface, as you can see. And I split it around and I put my dough on top so it doesn't stick to the counter. And I'm going to knead. Oh man, this dough is so nice to work with. It's so fluffy. So when this is finished, I'm going to put this in my buttered bowl, cover it in saran, and then put a towel over top. And I'm going to put it in a hot surface, well not hot, pretty much warm. Our place for warm is by our stove. We kind of heated it a little, so it's nice, and it's going to sit for an hour. Shh, it's sleeping. So right now, I am working on my glaze. So far I've added 3 cups of icing sugar and half a cup of butter. Our next step is 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, I love the smell of vanilla, and of course 3 tablespoons of milk. Now I'm going to whisk this all together and we'll see if we need to tweak it.
Hey, it's Chef Max. Just doing some behind the scenes footage here, showing you what goes on in the kitchen when we're not on camera. Got Lily still mixing up the icing, and behind the scenes Brenda cleaning up after our chefs here. And yeah, this is a typical cooking kids behind the scenes. Alright.
I have finished my icing. You can make it to whatever consistency you like. You know, I just added a little bit of icing sugar and milk. Icing sugar just so it got white, and milk, it was a little too thick. So just whatever you like, that's what you can do. Okay, so I have my oven on at 425. I have my cookie sheet with parchment paper, and now I'm ready to take my dough out. After this stage, it gets really fluffy. So I have my dough ready. I'm going to roll it into a 16 by 24 rectangle. Now I've rolled my dough, 16. So, you know, about that, it doesn't have to be exact. You know, sometimes we make 15, sometimes we make 12. Just whatever you like. So now I'm putting my filling onto my bread. So now I'm rolling my dough into something that's called a jelly roll style. After we do this, we are going to cut into our cinnamon buns. Yay! Okay, so we finished our jelly roll, and now I'm going to even it out. So you just kind of give it a little push. Now I will cut. So I'm going to cut it in half. We're going to make 12 today. You can make 15 if you'd like. Okay, so I've cut them all. Put these last couple on the tray. So we're going to cook these at about 4 to 425. It really just depends on your oven. Ours, we usually do 400, but it just depends on your oven. So we've covered them in our saran wrap. We're going to put this over top, and we're going to let them rise for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, these are ready to go in the oven. Looking great. So they're going to go into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes at 400 to 425. So we just took them out of the oven. They're looking fine. So for ours, we had them at 400 and we cooked them for 17 minutes. All of this really just depends on your oven or how big or small they are. So now we're going to let them cool, and then we're going to glaze them, and it's eating time. Okay, cinnamon buns have been cooled. We're ready to ice. So for this, I'm just going to pour all this off. I'm using an offset spatula, and I'm going to spread it all around. You want to try to make it as even as possible. Oh my gosh, these turned out perfect. Can't wait to bite into these babies. Okay, it's time to eat. Ready to take our first bite.
Those are good. Oh Those look mighty fine.
You can't buy these anywhere.
Make sure you eat, comment, or subscribe to us. That was real. By the way, this is a videographer. Good job to her. Yep.
Thanks.
It's her mom too. Double tasking.